the big story from Jammu. Several rivers have reached the danger mark. Our colleague Gursimran sending us some details of some of these rivers. As we speak, some details coming in. This is following the flash flood in Doda and other parts of the valley. Chenab River has breached the 39.5 mark, running 4.5 feet above the danger levels. You also had the Chenab approaching the evacuation level at 42 feet. So it's at 39.5 as we speak, approaching the 42 feet mark. This is after heavy rainfall triggered extreme flood-like conditions, flash floods in different parts of Jammu. The water in the Tawi River has also reached the danger levels. Doda district, worst affected. Tawi is the fourth bridge that has been washed away in this flash flood. Gursimran is joining us live. We had different pictures coming in from different parts of Jammu. I'd like to go across to Gursimran. He was at one of the locations from where the rescue operations were being conducted. Gursimran.
Yes, Niranjan, right now we are at the fourth bridge of the Jammu Tawi, and I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that many of the vehicles have now got damaged due to this bridge being hit by the flash floods that have taken place. I'll request Sarjeevan to be on the visuals that the level of the water that you see, that the barrages, they are being worst hit by this level of the river Tawi that has not been seen in last 1 decade. But now all of a sudden the water level is increasing. Here I'll request Sarjeevan to show you the visuals of the vehicles that have gone down to, some are hanging here, some have gone down into the river Tawi. These vehicles were fast approaching, but then all of a sudden what we saw that this portion of the fourth bridge river that was here, it totally collapsed, and when it collapsed there were several lives that were saved by the local volunteers. But now what we are witnessing that this entire stretch of the road, this has been blocked. This has no one is being allowed to move beyond this point. But the major threat here continues to be that this is one of the key lifelines, key places from where this Jammu actually operates. This is the fourth bridge that connects to the Aknoor area, even to the border area. But now what has happened that due to the heavy flood of the water that has taken place here, I'll request Sarjeevan to be on the visuals that these three vehicles that you still see, one of the Alto there, the Vipers are still on, this Scorpio there, and one more vehicle down there that is now on the verge of getting the collapse. Also here you will see that the poles that are there, the transformers also, they are also now actually being pushed or pulled by the flow of the water, because many of the wires that flows through that very area, they have also been now damaged, and the water flows, they are not coming to an end. Because here I'll request Sarjeevan to once again to be on the visuals on this very side, that you see the visuals there, and the water levels are increasing with each passing minute. Last time in 2014 it was this place only from where the river Tawi actually broke into the civilian areas, and there was a large scale damage that was reported. Similar scenes are now being witnessed this year also, because the level of the river Tawi, it is now a fierce level, and these levels are now making it really very concerning for the authorities. Because what is happening that the level of the river is not pushing this entire area into trouble, but the low-lying area on the other side. Because if this river breaks down at any point that it connects from the third bridge to the fourth bridge, it is going to be a complete chaos that is going to happen. And that's why we are witnessing the authorities trying to move people as that way they can. Because I can see some of the movement there. I'll request Sarjeevan to show you the movement, because there it is being said that there are some disruptions there in the connectivity, some disruptions that have taken place, and now the authorities are trying to remove the people from this very area. I'll request Sarjeevan to keep showing you the visuals that what has happened here. I'll request to speak to some of the locals. भैया क्या हुआ था यहाँ पे?
सर बात ऐसी है कि यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि जलस्राव अपने सर पे है। इस टाइम ये हालत हो चुकी है, इन जो गाड़ियाँ गिरी हैं इनको हमने इतनी मुश्किल से निकाला, ये हमें मालूम है। और इसके साथ हमारे साथ जम्मू पुलिस भी काम कर रही है, वॉलंटियरली हम भी कर रहे हैं। उसके साथ साथ यहाँ पे साथ में घर थे 7-8, उनको हमने खाली करवाया। बड़ी मुश्किल से उन लोगों की जान बच पाई है। आप देख सकते हैं, आपके सामने है, ये साइड चली गई तो उसके बाद ये गाड़ियाँ भी नीचे गिर जाएंगी। और इन गाड़ियों में से हमने जैसे लोगों को निकाला, वो लोगों की हालत देखने वाली थी। और वहाँ से सेंटर से भी कुछ बच्चे थे, आप देख सकते, विजुअल अगर कैच कर पाते आप देख सकते, तो आपको पता चलता कि इस टाइम यहाँ पे क्या स्थिति है।
काफ़ी ज़्यादा जो है हालात, द सिचुएशन इज़ नाउ रियली कंसर्निंग। यहाँ पे 3-4 गाड़ियाँ जो दिख रही हैं, इसके अलावा भी कुछ नीचे गई हैं?
हाँ सर, इसके अलावा बाइक है जो एक उसमें कपल सवार था, एक आंटी थे एक अंकल थे, वो बीच में गिर गए थे, उनको हमने रेस्क्यू किया वहाँ से। ये साथ में घर हैं, जो पीछे 3 घर तो बह चुके हैं टोटली, तो उसका जो सामान जो लोगों को हमने रेस्क्यू किया, खाल साइड की टीम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन के साथ काम कर रही है। बट अभी जो रिस्क बना हुआ है, आप देख रहे हो यहाँ पे एक वॉकिंग पार्क था, वो वॉकिंग पार्क पूरा बह चुका है। अब ये जो रोड को टूटने का खतरा बन गया, उसके नीचे पूरा अपर बेलीत्रान का जो पूरा पिंड बसा हुआ है वो खतरे में है।
यहाँ पे हमने देखा कि ये ट्रांसफार्मर्स वगैरह ये लगातार जो है पानी के पुश से नीचे की तरफ बेंड हो रहे हैं।
ये हाई एक्सटेंशन की तार है जो सर्किट हाउस से इन्होंने लेन को खींचा हुआ है, वो पोल तवी ब्रिज के बीच में थे, तो अब पानी की वजह से इसको खींच लग रही है, ये भी टूटेंगे। बट हम एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन से एक अपील करना चाहते हैं कि इन जो मोहल्ले में यहाँ पे 450-500 घर हैं, उनके लिए भी सोचा जाए, थोड़ा सा अपना ये इसको काम को फास्ट में किया जाए थोड़ा।
So they are saying that the locals should also be considered because these people are on the verge of getting under the water. Reason being that this area has collapsed. Now Sarjeevan will be in a better position to show you the flow of the water that you see. Some of the vehicles, they are still floating like anything here on the bridge of the river Tawi. One of the bike, as they have mentioned, has gone inside the river. And from here you will see that very area where you will see that these are the barrages of the artificial lake project that was there, and now due to the flash floods and the heavy flow of water that has taken place, the situation has completely gone out of hands for even the administration, because this natural calamity that is now hitting the Jammu district, this was not what the administration has imagined. Though there was a red alert, but it was only that it will because since yesterday evening we have been speaking to the officials, and it was expected that the Jammu Tawi will only reach somewhere close to the alert mark, 13-14 feet, but now it has surpassed the almost the double mark. It is running close to 25 feet, and no one knows what lies next, because weather has once again taken a U-turn. It was clear a couple of hours, an hour back when we were at Balol area, but now once again the inclement weather conditions are prevailing in the area. Heavy rainfall has started, and it is making a really tough challenge for the authorities, that how they will carry out the relief and the rescue operation, because the rehabilitation will not be possible without any with this kind of a weather prevailing. I'll request Sarjeevan to be on the visuals of the heavy flash floods that are now hitting the artificial lake project, because these were the barrages that were made to actually hold the water for the artificial lake project, where the Aarti was also being done. It was a Sabarmati riverfront style project that was established here way back in 2015-16, but it was concluded a couple of years ago, and now it was one of the viewpoints for the people, those who used to come at this very point, and there used to be an evening aarti here that was performed. But now what has happened, that these barrages they have to be opened completely, but now what is happening, that the pillars of these barrages, they are being hit, and they are being hit in such a fashion that it is doing a large scale disruptions to this very area. I'll request Sarjeevan to be on a safer place and keep showing you the visuals, because it is being said that any moment the place we are standing, Niranjan, this place and the next area, this can also be the next place from where this river Tawi can break out, and now then it will go on to the civilian areas. It is going to be a complete havoc if this happens, but for now what it seems that nothing is in hand of the administration. It is completely out of hand for the administration that they can do anything, because everything is on the nature, and it's 5:15, it's roughly 5:30, and it is still 12 hours to go for these rains to stop, because I'll request Sarjeevan to keep clearing this lens also, because it is raining heavily from this side, and it is really tough to actually maintain the visuals. But yes, I'll request Sarjeevan to be on the visuals again, that this level of
the river. Zoom into those cars. We saw that the road there is completely broken. Can you ask him to zoom into those cars? Zoom into those cars there, and the bridge is broken. We can see the bridge. Can zoom into the cars there. Let him zoom into the cars in the bridge.
See, Niranjan, I'm hardly able to hear you,
Yeah.
but I can hear that you spoke about these cars that are still actually lying here on the bridge. This portion of the bridge has collapsed due to the heavy rains that have taken place. And now, as we speak, the heavy rains are underway in this very area. And the water level of the river Tawi, it is going manifold, Niranjan. In last 5 to 7 minutes, the level of river Tawi, it has gone at least a couple of feet above what it was when we started speaking at the start of this live. So the situation is going worse when it comes to the Jammu, especially the Jammu city and the nearby areas, because in the upper reaches we are told that the rains have stopped for a couple of hours now. But here the situation continues to be same. Here the situation continues to be troubling for the authorities, and as we speak, here what you will see that the level of the rains that is taking place and the flash floods that have occurred here, it is really very challenging for the authorities how the civilians' lives will be saved, because a single breakage from this very point and it will be a complete disaster for the authorities. It will be complete disaster because the civilian areas will be hit, and once the civilian areas will be hit, it will be really challenging. The traffic police is here. They are trying to actually save. यहाँ पे सारा ट्रैफिक रोक दिया गया है? कब से रोका है?
घंटा हो गया।
तो अब ये कितनी गाड़ियां जो है वो नीचे गई?
4 हैं, तीन गाड़ियाँ।
3 गाड़ियां, मोटरसाइकिल भी था?
हाँ।
तो लोग बच गए?
बच गए सब।
So lives have been saved. Fortunately, part is that the lives have been saved. Otherwise, Niranjan, what you are witnessing here, what we can witness here, it is a complete devastation that has taken place in the Jammu city, and the levels of the rains, the unending rains that are taking place, it is making it really very challenging for the authorities that the relief and the rescue operations are to be conducted. But how come at this given point of time, where the river Tawi is flowing at its full rage, like never seen in the past, and here in when it comes to the other operations, while to send a relief to this point of time, the other point that is on the other side, that is also having the disruptions. Niranjan,
Stay with me because we have some more details coming in right now about the alert across Jammu. I'm going to show different pictures from different parts of Jammu. That's the Tawi Bridge washed away, the exact spot where Gursimran is right now. That's the bridge. You'll see the heavy flow of the river there breaking the bridge. The bridge has collapsed, and vehicles that were plying on the bridge, you can see them hanging dangerously on the bridge. Many of them have sunk in there, in that particular spot. We're also getting reports of the Vaishno Devi Yatra being suspended following the heavy rains and flash floods being reported. These are some pictures that came in, images of the devastation close to some of the areas near the Vaishno Devi Yatra. This is another video that came in of the rescue operations that were underway a few minutes back. My colleague Gursimran was there. That's also very close to the Tawi Bridge, where a family was stuck inside one of those homes. The water levels have risen there, and SDRF, this is Army and SDRF personnel who are ensuring people are rescued. This is from Udhampur, where flash floods wreaked havoc this afternoon after continuous rainfall across Jammu and Kashmir, leading to sharp rise in water levels of several rivers and streams. Flash floods in different parts of Jammu. This is a video that came in from Doda that shows landslides following heavy rainfall. The Met Department has issued an advisory on this issue. This is Doda once again, and this is Ramban, Jammu and Kashmir. Dangerous levels, the rivers flowing above the dangerous mark in many places, almost leading close to an evacuation mark. They're flowing close to an evacuation mark. This is Kathua in Jammu and Kashmir, where the dam floodgates were opened to ensure that the excessive water was released. Danger levels breached even in the Kathua dam. Cloudburst, flash floods reported from few vulnerable places. Landslides, mudslides, shooting stones. Advisories for people to stay away from water bodies and river embankments or loose structures. Waterlogging, flooding expected in low-lying areas in many parts of Jammu. And all citizens asked to be alert and updated on the flow of the river water.